Hear he, hear he. All hail to the king, King Trump. My God, what a fucking joke. No King's protests. 8 million of them across the country, making it the largest protest in American history. That is incredible, but it was just a bunch of idiots that didn't even know what they were protesting. Thoughts?
Wait, you said it was the largest protest in history?
Yeah, that's what
Even
I was
more
reading.
than the Million Man March? And so I'm looking at this. So I pulled up this.
Yeah, the Million Man March was 1,000,000 men. This
And
was 8 million.
you know what I did see, though? I saw a couple images, though, that were fabricated images. There was one in Philadelphia that they used for the No Kings, and it was actually a video of the Super Bowl that they won like 2 years ago.
Dude, it doesn't surprise me. What you got to think of it like this. The whole entire route of rise up for, this organization to have these No Kings protests and marches and all this shit, they pay for protesters to bring idiots into the fray. Now, think about it. If they're willing to pay protesters to bring other idiots into the mix, what else are they willing to do? Fabricate pictures, tell
they'll do
lies on
anything.
social media. They hit every angle. They hit the real life. They hit the digital. They hit the let's go onto the conspiracy pages and mix it up a little bit as trolls.
Listen, bro, you can't beat them, cheat them. That's
Right?
the motto of the left. So listen, so the video that you did, I thought it was really good. The one that you went there, and I couldn't help but notice. So you and I talked about being there, right? And it's easy to look from the outside of somebody on, a reel or Facebook and be like, yeah, I'd go there and fucking raise hell. It's a lot different when you're there. But I noticed in one of your videos, there was a sign on the front of that stage that said, "We the people." And I thought that was interesting because that's like a Republican thing, is "We the people." But when you're in that, like, what I want to ask you, because I've been in that crowd, tell me about like how you felt, because I know that for me it was like adrenaline, but like almost like disappointment, all these weird feelings all kind of mishmashed together.
So, how did it feel? This is how it felt to me. I'll show you how it felt. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, because it's like, you go there and you're like, oh, I'm going to go here and troll everyone and raise hell. And then you get there and you're like, oh my God, these people are mentally challenged.
Okay, so when I first got there, I was just taking it all in and observing like the signs and the things that people were wearing. Like people were dressed up in different things and different t-shirts, and I was trying to take it all in. Like I love to observe and see what I'm dealing with. I got out of my car, I walked in, and from my car to the beginning of the crowd was like 50 to 75 feet distance. It wasn't anything crazy. And immediately I felt like I had all eyes on me. People were just staring at me. It probably didn't help that I had my camera out and I was recording,
Yeah.
They were just looking at me. I guess I had a hoodie on and I was just being like inconspicuous. But
Which
then
probably made you stand out.
It did. But then when I got into the crowd, I started reading some of the signs and nothing really seemed to make sense. It felt like everybody was just there to target a person. And we know who that is.
Yeah.
It wasn't people there to stand up for actual human rights, people suffering. Like they were screaming free Palestine. Do they really know what that is? They were talking about the war in Iran. Do they really know what that is? I mean, I watched some protests where an Iranian woman went up to a white liberal and was like, what do you know about this? Like, our people are calling for these bombs. They're calling for Trump to do what he's doing. They want Netanyahu to help. So I feel like the white liberal is very dangerous. And mind you, that's all that was there. White liberals.
Yeah.
It was crazy. There weren't black people. There weren't Hispanic people. There weren't people of color. It was just white people every fucking where. And I'm walking.
And what about the age? Did you notice if they were older or
So I didn't see anyone young,
mixed?
per se. I'd say that when it came to young, it wasn't like teenage young. It was like 21 and up. If I had to guess an age, it's hard to tell a 21-year-old from a 19-year-old. So,
Yeah.
I would say in that age range, but it went up to older people, like old people,
like Woodstocks. Yeah.
Woodstocks,
I feel like
hippies.
I feel like the hippie, like the old white hippie is the fucking problem. And the fat white women.
So as I'm walking around, what's crazy is the shit they're talking about. Like they have speakers in the band shell talking about the war and how Trump is a dictator and this and that. But then there was this one point, it hit me so hard towards the end of my video. I didn't say anything. Well, maybe I did. I felt like if somebody found out who I was or what I was, what my beliefs were, man, I probably would have been jumped or attacked or something. It just felt unsafe. It really did.
The reason I'm
asking
that is because the whole facade of being liberal is we're the party of peace, we're the peace party, right? When you're in that realm and you're the opposition, it is not peaceful. Like it does not feel. You don't feel like there's any peace. The tension is like, dude, you could like swim through the tension, dude.
Here, let's see if we can feel the tension in the video. You want to look at it really quick?
Yeah.
Like just a second of it.
Yeah.
Here.
I love the church bells.
And you know me, Ronan, this is the first time I've ever watched this.
Well, listen, so people are probably freaked out because they're looking at you like, oh my God, it's one of them. He's coming to bomb us.
Yeah. It is extremely uncomfortable.
Who was the politician?
She was a congressperson.
Look at this guy with the 34th flag upside down.
Or something.
Look at them still social distancing, fucking losers. Dude, look at all these losers.
See how that guy mugged me?
Yeah.
What risk?
Yeah, so, all right, pause it there. So, when I went to the protest, the No Kings down here, I really didn't like have a whole lot of I didn't really put a whole lot of thought going into it. I was just like, I'm gonna go here and fucking have I'm gonna check it out, have a butcher, see what's happening. And immediately, like every step I got closer and closer, I was like, oh my God, like this is not like a safe space. Like they like their little safe spaces. This is not a safe space. And the very first thing I thought was there were signs everywhere and about Trump's penis, right? Like there was a massive picture that said micro penis. Like it was like a fucking billboard, right?
World.
And everybody there was like infatuated with his penis. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what is going on right now? This is insane. Like, because we were talking about the other day, why don't Republicans protest? Because they have jobs, they have families, they have sports event with their kids, they have barbecues with friends. They tend to be a little bit, on the more positive side of life. They're not complaining, and they're a bunch of, you're not going to Whataburger, get you some French fries every weekend, like, so there's that, right? So there's that type of party. And all I could think was like, I would never in a million years spend even one day of my year on some street corner talking about Joe Biden's penis and fucking like what? And it's wild, dude. Like these people out here, they're on a whole nother fucking level, dude. And you could tell after listening to these people, like there's chromosomes that aren't firing correctly, and these people they're special, man. They're all touched, and they're angry and they're vile, and it's not like you can't have like a civil conversation. I had the metas on and the light, I guess I was filming and the light turned on, and it was like, dude, the minute that light went on, I was like a fucking magnet, bro. They were like, I was totally neutral. I didn't have any Trump gear on. I didn't even have any American flag stuff on.
You literally had a rainbow hoodie on.
The painted one, right?
Tie-dye.
Yeah, the tie-dye one. So like I was super neutral. I didn't even talk to anybody. I just
If anything, you looked gay.
Yeah, that's hey, But that's my thing. It's like I went there with the neutral mentality. Like, obviously, I don't want to go there and just completely blow my cover. I kind of wanted to get in behind the scene to see what was going on. And dude, I felt like really bad for these people because I'm sitting there looking at them like, oh man, you guys are so just far out. You know, you've been watching CNN and they've just completely brainwashed you. And like everything was about Trump's penis and everything was sexual. And I thought to myself, I'm like, this is so weird. What does this have to do with anything? I told you about the guy with the tent spike. And I'm like, this is it? Like, you're here to protest against the no king. And all you talk about is his penis, some sexual stuff going on. And I'm like, dude. But then you ask somebody a simple question of like, what right has he taken away that offends you? Or what right has he, has he abolished that has impacted your life? And they're like, well, the thing. It's, it's interesting when you always hear the peace party or the party of love. And it's like, I don't know how you could say that because like you said, you felt like you could be jumped or whatever.
Oh my God.
These people aren't like, they shake too. Like once you talk, like you'll notice like they start shaking and like,
Yeah.
they're like boiling water, dude. And it's like, you can't trust somebody like that. You can't have a conversation with somebody who is about to lose their shit and they don't know how to reply.
I was sitting there the other day talking to someone from the left, and at the end of the conversation, they said to me, you were able to listen to me and hear me out. I was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done. You guys don't give us a chance. And the minute I tried to like debate, I was like, this is why it doesn't work. And I was like, thank you, but no thank you. Politics will stay out of our mouths from now on.
Yeah, and I actually like listening to people.
I wanted to hear.
Exactly. I like listening to, like, I remember when I went up to have one of my back surgeries up at my parents, and, they're big liberals for their reasons. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch. I was up there for a couple weeks recovering. I said, I'm just going to just watch whatever they watch, and I was like, this could be interesting. Like, I want to see like the stuff that they, and for like 3 weeks straight, I listened to CNN and MSNBC and that kind of shit, right?
Liberal and get brainwashed.
And I'm laying there like all doped up on fucking pain pills, recovering from surgery. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, wow, I'm all hyped up off of pain medicine and I'm the smartest one listening to this. It was just the stuff they talk about is unbelievably painful. And it's like, I look around and I'm like, you guys like, this is for real? You guys believe this shit? So it looks like, so I pull up a map for the most popular major cities that protested. It's Portland, shocker, Los Angeles, Dallas, Chicago, Minneapolis, Houston, New York, and DC. That doesn't surprise me at all. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, why are we so far off from, so you and I are kind of like we're trying to move on from government because we don't believe with the left. We're kind of a little bit upset with the right. We're just kind of figuring out our own thing.
Yep, we're purple.
So purple. Yeah, we're very purple. So I'm looking at this thing and I start pulling up like some information about like why people are protesting and what people are protesting for and this, that, and the other. So I made a chart for what the Democrats protest for versus what Republicans would vote for, right?
For or protest for?
Protest for. Okay. So I'll give you an example. The Democrats in 2026, these are the things they protest against. Anti-Trump, no kings. Anti-immigration, so the ICE and the raids, all that stuff. Anti-Iran war and anti-immigrant rights. So they're fighting for immigrants' rights. They fight for abortion rights, and they fight for LGBTQZTLX BBQ and against billionaire influence and corporate power. So that's what they protest against.
So let me chime in on that really quick. On that list of all the things that they protest, there's one that makes me very purple, maybe even more blue than red. Abortion, man. I think it should be between the patient and the doctor. The situation needs to be gauged, and it should be legal if all the boxes are checked. It can't
I
be
agree.
some slut getting pregnant and then just abortion after abortion, But when it comes to
I've
abortion, I am like Smurf Blue almost on that one, buddy.
yeah,
I hate to
always
admit it.
been I've always been that's always been my only thing is abortion. I mean, also being a man, that's not really. I feel like a man should shut up in that
Yeah, absolutely.
in
And
that area. I mean,
I'm only speaking in favor with women on this case. I'm not even
yeah.
speaking on behalf of women. I have no right to say anything for a woman. But I think,
Now, if you're a
abortion
little
being
hoochie mama,
in the hands of the state, and then you have some states that say it's illegal and some states that
yeah,
say it's okay, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah. I think if you're a
if a
little
woman
hoochie
is
mama though, running
raped,
around, that's different.
if you're running around and you have a database practically
So,
of abortions.
okay. Now let me ask you this on abortion: do you feel that there's a time that they should have to have it done
Oh,
versus
absolutely. The abortion needs to be done in the very beginning within like
what
like
is it, 15 weeks or something?
I don't know the rules and I don't know the time frames that are appropriate, but it has to be done as early as possible in my opinion, and it cannot go beyond a certain date. And that window of margin is small.
Unless it's a health issue to the mother. Sometimes there's health things where the woman
That
could
happen later
be,
down
yeah.
the road.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue where
And
you
and
hear
that's what I'm
abortion
saying. Those are
is
those
the time frame.
boxes that need to be checked.
Yeah.
And if you check those boxes and you need to have an abortion, you have to have an abortion.
So it
Have an
sounds like the
abortion.
sweet spot for abortion is like the 15 weeks, right? So at the 11th week visit, you can find out if it's a boy or girl. Bro, you're getting late in the term to be aborting if you can already find out if it's a fucking boy or girl, right?
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
that's I agree. The abortion is a woman's thing. Your body, your choice. Cool, no
And think
problem.
about it. 15 weeks is almost 4 months into the pregnancy.
That's a long period.
Yeah, that's a long period. I think, like
That should be the cutoff, unless there's some gray stuff going on. Okay, so we both agree with that.
now
And
give
then
us the list on conservatives now.
I pretty much disagree with almost every one of those other things. Okay,
Same.
so the Republican side, they protest. They are pro-abortion because obviously more like Christian kind of family values.
Now, let's talk about that really quick. This is where I think conservatives fuck up.
Yes.
Why are we allowing church and state to intermingle? Like,
That's exactly what I was going to say.
the Bible should not dictate what the government can write in terms of law.
So let me just say this. When Trump lost in 2020, I think it was the abortion that lost him, because he was like the whole Roe versus Wade thing, and he was super like that was the hot topic that really pushed people away from him, was the abortion stuff. Again, like, leave it up to the woman, dude. Like, I get it. You don't like abortions, but you know what? Then don't have one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think.
Yeah, personally, correct.
Yeah, like if you're against abortion, then don't
Don't
do it.
have one, but don't tell someone else what they can and can't do.
Exactly. So I think that's the really big, that's the shiny toy that hurts Trump, is he pushes too hard with the abortion. I think if Republicans were more, I don't want to say
Open-minded to it.
I don't want to say abortion friendly, but if they were
Open-minded.
more like, you know what, your body, your choice, I think we would have Republicans running the White House for the rest of our lives. All right. And then Republicans protest for strict immigration. I love that.
I love
As
that.
an immigrant.
Every sovereign nation on the planet has borders and rules.
Border
if you break
enforcement.
in, you would be shot more than likely.
One of my favorite things about Republican protesters is they're against the transgender participation in women's and men's sports.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right? Why is that even like a topic?
I mean,
that's just common
there was
sense.
a comedian who made the joke. What happens? Who was it? Dave Chappelle. He said if LeBron wanted to play in the WNBA, he would have 100 points per game.
Easy. And then this is one that you and I got involved with before I moved down to Florida, is parental rights, conservative school policy, CRT, all that kind of transgender ideology, bullshit, pronouns, all that kind of.
I want you to keep this list somewhere tucked away. I would like to do a whole episode on these two different things that are protested by both parties. And let's really deep dive those.
All right. Another one is for the Patriotic America 250 style civics messaging. Also with like history and curriculum, like the CRT shit that they were trying to teach in school. Free speech, religious liberty, things like that tied to LGBT, BBQ. So those are like two polar opposite types of things, right? So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, wow, that couldn't be more different. And then I started thinking, like, you know, what are, like, when people say, like, why are you a conservative or why are you a liberal? There's beliefs, right? There's values and core values. And you know, that's kind of like where I lean right is my core values, right? I'm not a scumbag. So I'm going to give you the core values of why people vote Democrat versus the core values why people vote Republican.
Well, this should be interesting.
Did you just get electrocuted or something? What in the flip is going on with your fucking hair? All right, Democrats, the core values are more active government in the economy. So they want more governors, more governance.
And they're the ones that don't want kings. I don't understand. Like, those are just fucking mini kings everywhere.
They just want, every neighborhood has a king of the HOA. So yeah, they want more emphasis on they love the social and economic equality, income gaps. They hate fucking rich people. God, don't they hate that? God forbid a brother make some money.
Here's where I get a little confused with that. It's capitalism that built America.
Yeah, but they want them to build it and then share the wealth. Communism. So they want a couple people to capitalize on that, but then when they make the bread, they want to eat with them. That's civil rights.
Here's another one. They want more government, yet they want to defund the police.
They want to eat their cake and take their ball with them. Civil rights and inclusion. I hate that fucking word, inclusion. I can't stand it. When the minute somebody says inclusion, I'm doing your funeral in my head right now. So like DEI, racial minorities, immigrants, LGBT, blah, 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 discrimination, all that shit, right? DEI, dude, you want a job? You get hired on merit, period. That's it. No questions asked. Their values are abortion rights, we talked about, stronger labor and consumer protections, support unions.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll give them that.
This is another one. Climate action, dude.
Ronan,
bro, these people.
Ronan, climate action. I'm torn because we're definitely abusing the planet, and I will tell you why. The planet has gone through many, many, many stages of, destruction and rebirth and civilization come and go, but it wasn't done in an artificial way. And now we've added the artificial touch to all of that with cars and batteries and mining and oil. And so I think the earth is still doing what it's going to do, but we're just adding to that. We're adding fuel to a fire that's inevitably going to happen with the recycling of the earth and what it does naturally. So I think we owe it to the earth to study it to the umpteenth degree and make sure that it's around for future generations.
All right.
Yeah, the earth is our home, man. We don't have another one.
Let's see here. Government can be a tool for fairness. Democrats more often believe public policy should actively correct social and economic imbalances. Okay, but are we talking about people who just fucking live around on welfare and don't do anything? Or are we talking about people who are actually going through the struggle? That's a big difference.
There's a huge difference there.
Big difference. If you're out there trying and you're trying to make things happen and just you're getting dealt shitty hands, that's different than people just fucking.
The fact that I could buy a $500 EBT card for $200 off a junkie on the street in Baltimore should tell you
that's
a lot.
Crazy. All right, now to to Republicans' core values. Smaller government.
Yay.
Republicans generally favor lower taxes, lighter regulation. I like that. Less governors, less governance, less bullshit. All these people that are in the government, dude, 70% of them should go. The more people, the more problems. Individual responsibility and economic freedom. More emphasis on self-reliance, private initiative. I can't agree more. I like that. Traditional social values, religion, family structure, and conservative cultural norms. That's probably one of my top. You hear a lot of people when they talk about family values, like the nuclear family, right? The whole like LGBT thing, obviously you're not creating more families. You're just, well, you're having, so you're not making babies through the butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Abortion restrictions. Again, that's that like hot topic. If we could just figure out like you know what do you want? You want 21 weeks? All right, how about 18 weeks? Boom. We meet halfway. That's what it is. Move on. Law and order, border enforcement, and national sovereignty. Okay. That's probably my number one, actually. Law and order, we talk about all the time. The thing I probably love the most about Florida is I feel safer here than I did anywhere else. And if anything, I can protect myself, or I'm allowed to protect my family if something goes sideways. Where in Maryland, it's like, you better not. I remember when I went to a concealed carry class in Maryland, and the instructor specifically said, if somebody breaks into your house, two guys, and they're pulling the TV off the wall, and you were to shoot them, hit them, hurt them, you would be sued. They have to physically point a gun at you in order for you to shoot them. Mr. Ron DeSantis, one of the greatest men to ever survive, he told me, he was like, bro, if they even open your motherfucking door, you can blast that ass 15 times, 16 times, however many's in that magazine. That's how many times you blast them.
And
but
you know
make
what?
sure you hit them.
Yeah, I think that that's what it should be. There was that Netflix special we talked about, The Perfect Neighbor.
Yeah.
She would have gotten away with murder had the lady broke into her house and come into that house. She would have been fine. But instead, she shot her through the door, which is a big no-no in my book.
Next
but
thing
yes, you break into my house and you're on the inside where my family is also, or I'm.
But here's the difference. I'm in Florida, you're in Maryland. If somebody breaks into my house today and I shoot them, I get a cake, I get a medal, and I probably get to go on TV and tell everybody how I'm a great shot. You're going to be on the news because you're a racist. That's the difference between the lovely free state and the lovely shit state.
You know, that's what's happening right now as we speak in Virginia. And they're trying to change everything that Virginia is known for when it comes to the freedoms that people have.
Oh, yeah, Spangler, whatever her name is, the new governor, she's a piece of work.
She's a piece of work. And
Amy
my
Spangler
cousin was telling me she's already making the move down to the Fort Myers, Naples area. She's buying a house down there in a gated community. My cousin, Sophia.
And then they got energy production and regulatory restraint. More skeptical about sweeping environmental regulation, hurting jobs, prices. And then government should be limited and restrained. So you hit the head on the nail on the head. It's like defund the police, but we want more government. Like they want more government that works for them in their favor. They don't want more government. They want more people that work on behalf of them. But yeah, I thought this little list was pretty wild because
I mean, none of it was surprising to me. I will say
it's
that
but it's nice to see it side by side. Like looking at it side by side is like, wow, there is a very big gap between me and the liberal because we see almost everything from the other side of the coin. It's like, I want less government, you want more. I want less weeks with abortion, you want to be able to abort the kid at their second soccer game.
Stop saying you.
You use them.
Yeah, not me, people.
But and then like Law and Order, it's like, I want to be safe. Liberals
defund the police.
Liberals want to defund the people who, and then the minute they need help, they're like, call 911. I'm like, there is no more 911, bitch. I am 911, and your ass is in trouble. So it's like it's polar opposite, dude. Like I've known all these things, but I've never like looked at them side by side. And literally it's just like we're never gonna mix. Matter of fact, of all those things, the closest we are is abortion. And we are so far off on abortion. But everything is like, you want this? Well, I want the opposite. I want this, you want the opposite. It's like we ain't gonna meet nowhere in the middle. These people aren't gonna be purple.
Right? No, they would never be purple. So
Yeah, so it's like, when we sit here and we're like, oh, we're, you're liberal or you're MAGA, you're whatever, dude, bro, at the end of the day, that shit don't matter, dude, because it all comes down to your values and your core beliefs. That's what makes you who you are, so be it. But at the end of the day, like these government people, they don't give a shit about you or me or fucking the left or the right. They care about them. And you have your beliefs, your values. That's what makes you tick. But dude, them
So-
libbies, wild dudes,
let's
man.
talk about what's going on with this war, man. What are we doing? Are we negotiating with the regime in Iran?
Dude, I don't know, but I've showed you those Lego fucking videos, dude. Them Lego videos are wild, dude. They keep coming out with more every day.
Yeah, I mean, but they're just building propaganda. I mean, I'm talking about the real deal. Like, are we going to full-blown war, boots on the ground?
Sounds like it.
We're sending
I don't know,
Marines
man.
over.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty much against the Iranian war. I don't like the whole thing that's going on. I think it stinks.
So let me
I
ask
think
you a question. Why are you against it?
it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't see the need to be. I gotta be careful how I say this.
All right, here, let me chime in. But you think about your answer. For years, all through the 80s, all through the 90s, 2000s, throughout the planet, the whole entire planet, you would read about, hear about, see terrorist attacks happening from radical Muslims all over the planet. Embassies, buses, schools, churches, synagogues, right? Do you think it's right for a legitimate government to fund those acts, or at least 90% of those acts?
No.
Okay. So what do you do about it when the beast is the government doing this? When you cripple, that, you cripple so much sleeper cell activity. If they're not getting money funneled to them, do you think they're out there having jobs? No, these motherfuckers sit in apartments in the Bronx somewhere waiting for a phone call, and they show up to an ATM and can pull money out to survive and live until called upon.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it is I am very American first. And
I'm better with Kim Jong-un doing what he's doing in North Korea and just fucking being an absolute tyrant to his people. I'm better than that, than knowing that there's a government out there in the world with so many dangerous little weapons all over the place.
So one of the things, and this is why I said I have to be careful saying this. The way I look at it, right, is for my whole life, anytime there's always beef, it's always Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Israel, like it's always like those same group of people always fucking causing drama. And I'm at the point right now where it's like having a friend you go out with drinking, and every time you go out with them, they get in trouble, right? At some point, you got to cut that fool off and let them go get in trouble by themselves, right? Or if they always get in a fight, let them go get in a fight, but you got to just stop protecting this
Ronan,
person.
all I have to say is Dearborn, Michigan. That's my perfect example. Times Square right now. Zoran Mamdani.
I got it.
There is an invasion happening right under our noses.
Yes.
And there are so many people with the Shelley effect that are in complete denial. This is dangerous, dude. This is
so
not
let me finish my thought. So
but their agenda is so powerful to take over. I think what we're doing in Iran is like cutting one of the snake's heads off.
Okay. So what I think is, with Dearborn, Michigan, and what's happening in New York, I think we should be focusing on America first, right? I always come back to that America first thing and fix what we've got going on before we go and get in a fight with somebody else.
Tell the liberals to fund DHS. We were doing a great job of fucking cleaning the streets up for a hot minute. And then now we're not going to pay ICE officers to do this. And they're being too rough. Get the fuck out of here. You broke into a fucking nation who wants to have rules and borders and peace for the people that are within it legally.
Do they, though? Like, how is it? Look what's happening in Michigan, Minnesota, and New York. Like, do we want borders?
But those are liberal run states. You can't just go in there and end it. We have to, like, that's why they put the Knicks on DHS, so they can get louder and louder and grow in population. And they're doing it again, right? Look, when ICE was patrolling the country, those things calmed down for a little bit. There wasn't so much noise. Now it's all coming back again. It's like a vicious cycle. It's like, ooh, let's play the card.
I don't understand. There's things I just don't, that just my brain can't suck up. And it's like, how can we send all this money and all these people to the Middle East, but we can't correct our own living room? Like, that to me blows my mind.
I'll tell you why. That's where Trump is a beast. Because he doesn't give a shit what Congress has to say, because he knows they're not going to help him. He's cleaning up some pretty serious shit. They should be ashamed that they won't clean up that serious shit within their own backyards. All these, 5th and 6th district Congress people, AOC, if she was a real American, she would not at all think in the way of communism or socialism. She would be like, yo, these streets are nasty. But no, she goes out and spends like a ton of money at Disney during the shutdown, or whoever the hell went out, and all these, dude, we live in the most corrupt country on the fucking planet.
Yeah. So that's where I stand with the Iranian thing. It just doesn't, I'm tired. I'm tired of like always having to listen to Israel. I don't understand that blows my mind. We've talked about that. I don't understand why
it's pretty
Israel
easy also
owns us. I hate it.
It's also pretty easy, like, leave Israel alone. Like,
yeah.
Let Israel prosper, but instead you have those terrorist attacks. Why should Israel not be defended? They almost were exterminated.
They should. Well, I'm not saying they shouldn't be protected, but what I'm saying is that, are they the ones provoking these fights? Are they the ones that are constantly getting battled? But my point is that
let me tell you
just
something.
Jump into everybody's fight.
Here, I'll give it very simple way for you to look at.
Sometimes you just got to watch people duke it out, man.
All right, let's say there is a situation that happens and you mark that day as the day that something terrible happened in your life to someone in your family, and you know that the only way to resolve this is to eliminate the person or the thing that caused this for you. Mm-hmm. The minute that one single act of October 7th happened to the people in Israel at that concert, there was no, oh, we're getting our hostages back. Great. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for making that happen. Guess what? We're still not done mentality. We're going to stop this once and for all. Ronan, I walked into a bus that was like traveling the country, and it ended up in Frederick, Maryland, and this bus came from Jerusalem. It was a public transit bus where a suicide bomber walked into it and just Allah Akbar, boom. And everybody on the bus dead, including himself. He got his 72 virgins. See how stupid that is? Like, that's what they believe. And they just go and take women, children, not military people, defenseless people, public servants, people working every day, people picking their kids up. That one bus was one of many buses that were bombed in Israel because it was the cheapest, lowest blow to make that happen. Do you understand that the person who walked onto that bus had a boss, and that boss was paid money by the IRGC, Iran, the regime, to do those jobs? Fuck that shit. Israel's like, done. We're done with it. We literally want to live in peace. Okay. We have a tiny piece of land. So now we're so done with the open-ended promises that we're just going to pulverize you. And we have built our military so powerful. And I say it all the time. This little thing that more than 5 billion people on the planet hold in their hands can thank a Jew for the technology of that touchscreen. So the amount of innovation that has come out of Israel because of the way they use their brains, and we're just asking, let us just keep our, now you want to fuck with us? We don't care about the collateral damage. We're just done with it.
So here's, okay, perfect. You said that perfect. I am not saying that what Israel is doing is wrong. I'm saying that we should let Israel do what they're doing on their own, because it's like when you get into a fight, right? It should be a one-on-one battle, blow to blow. Unless another friend jumps in, that's when you say, hold on a second.
But in war, you have allies. And
I understand,
the
but
amount of return on investment that we get from Israel is much larger than any of those Arab fucking radical nations that suppress their people, suppress their women, do the things that they do, their form of law. We're sitting here talking about abortion and the Bible Belt and how ugly that one topic is. Those motherfuckers live by the whole book. Every law comes from their book. Talk about connecting government and religion. It's so intertwined that they have a president in Iran, but they have a supreme leader who is the religious leader. He's the boss. The president is nothing in Iran. He's just like, okay, you take care of like how our infrastructure is built, how our military is built. But there's a boss that's answered to, the Ayatollah. That's a religious figurehead. Fuck that fucking weird shit.
I would love to see the Middle East fucking sort their own problems out. I hate that every time there's a problem, we have to be like the number one fucking bailout. I hate that shit. Because then it just, at the end of the day, whether we defend Israel and they started it or not, we're involved. And that's what I think. Where I think my problem is.
Guess what? We're
not the world police.
Hear me out really quick. I think we're so in bed with that relationship with that country, you're never going to get out of it. So figure out a way to be like, okay, let's help them find their peace. Like, we support their democracy. We support, what they're trying to do to better the world, to better the earth. I'm telling you, dude, the return on investment for defending Israel is so much larger than what we spend just from their absolute brilliant innovations that come out into the world.
Okay, so Jordan. So what are the countries that
Jordan's a great country.
So Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan all piggyback with Israel, right?
Say the countries again.
And then so you have Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon, right?
Okay.
Those are the neighbors of Israel, correct?
Yeah.
And what's their relationship with Lebanon or Syria or Jordan or
Well, we're bombing Lebanon right now because they have
in
Beirut. What's a group called Hezbollah?
Yeah. Wow, it's all like mountainous terrain too. That shit's crazy, dude. It's so small, Israel.
It's tiny.
And then, so Gaza Strip is just, oh my God.
And once again, what do the Muslim radical countries want out of Israel? They want the religious aspect of it, that one piece of land.
What, they want Gaza?
No, they want Israel. They want the whole country if they could have their way.
Dude, Gaza looks like every third world country movie you've ever watched.
Yeah, well, that's because...
God, what is this?
That's because of the damn... What the fuck is that damn stupid group called? Hezbollah? Not Hezbollah.
Yeah, it is Hezbollah.
It is. Hamas. Hamas builds their, military around civilians. Of course it's going to look like that. What, are we not going to shoot? Fucking cowards building around. We're coming after you. If you put your civilians in the way, oh fucking well.
So this is crazy, dude.
Who supports Hamas?
Huh?
Iran.
Yeah, I just wish that...
I'm sorry, Ray, you're going to do something to defend your people, your country, your everything. Israel has every single right.
They do. Listen, I'm not saying that Israel should not defend themselves.
Here, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Why are we not at war with China?
Well, why should we be at war with China?
Well, if China always attacked Taiwan and suicide bombed Taiwan, and Taiwan wanted to defend itself, we would be at war with China. We are there to defend Taiwan. Why not?
Why? Why are we there to defend Taiwan?
We became the world's police. When you have the largest
that's
economy.
My point. Listen, so look.
Sorry, you're not going to be the big guy on the planet, and you're not going to have... Listen, Ronan, think about this. You're a money guy. You have investments everywhere on the planet. Why? Because it's our dollar that is the currency for the world.
Yes.
Whether, they have the euro, the yen, and the the Deutsch and the this and the that. But I'm sorry, our money is everywhere, bro.
Now, hold on a second. There's two types of, okay, you want to talk about the money part. I'm not fully against them being like, oh, you're gonna go to war with Taiwan. Well, we're gonna hook them up with some stuff. We're gonna give them some bunker busters, and we're gonna give them some utility vehicles, and we're gonna give them some planes. I'm okay with that, but for us to be involved, I mean...
Yeah, but you're not getting my point. The point was, the reason we're not at war with them is because China doesn't do those shady-ass shit that the fucking IRGC does. Blowing kids up in buses. They're not doing that. If that were happening, it would be a very different timeline. It would be a very different situation.
I understand. I just wish...
Look, watch what happens when China decides to pull the trigger. When they pull the trigger and they go after Taiwan, you will see World War III start.
Well,
you know why World War III won't start? Because China and Russia will not get involved. And Iran, they're just talking. Don't bomb Iran. Defend Iran. We love Iran. They don't give a fuck about Iran. Yeah, they care about the oil that comes out of it. But when it comes down to like being a peaceful sovereign nation, they are going to choose that over going to war. And you know what the wonderful thing is for all these countries? They use us as bitches to do it.
Yeah. Hey, where's that island that what is it called? Like
Diego
Khazar?
Garcia?
No. It's called like Khazar, the island with all the oil from Iran. It's like the Khad or Khazad or some shit like that.
I'll get it for you. I have it right here in one of my notes.
Saffron Valley. What the fuck? Is this it? Carabas? No. Romcam. Anyway, I wish that...
Arg Island.
Yeah, where is that?
That's in the Strait of Hormuz. Hold on, I'll tell you where it is.
There's Kish.
Kish
my ass.
No, it's in the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking.
Well, it's tiny, Ronan. It's
what is
not
it
very
called?
big at all.
Oh, I see it. I see
Karg Island.
So this is like... Okay, all right, I got it. So this is where... There's a restaurant on that joint. So this is where all the oil is, right?
What?
This is where all the oil is?
It handles 90% of Iran's oil exports.
Man, then fucking blow that joint up. This scare get a dog. Look, if we're going to do it, let's do it. But if we're not, then get the fuck out. Go ahead and bomb that joint. All right, Trump?
Yeah, bomb that motherfucker.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up because I just got a call that I got to take about my dog. So, anyway.
Wrap it up, mother brother.
Yeah, so listen, you have, I say you, I'm talking to the people out there, the peoples. You have your own core values. You have your beliefs. Stick to them. But we're never going to meet, right? It's not happening. You don't see that, do you?
Zero.
I want police. I want less government. I want to be safe. I don't want illegal immigrants coming into my neighborhoods. You do.
We are all for a woman having the right to choose whether or not.
And you know what? When my daughter plays...
Check the boxes, please.
When my daughter plays flag football, she's going to play with girls, not fake girls with wieners. It's not happening. And you know what I think is the funniest thing? You never hear about a fucking woman playing in a man's sport.
Because they'll never win.
Why would any woman ever do that? Because they'll get fucking slaughtered.
Yep.
Dude, not one. You couldn't name, I don't think you could name. You know what? Better yet, anyone in the chat, please enlighten me if there is one woman who's gone into a man's sport. And don't say shit like ping pong or something like that.
We're going to find this and we'll throw it up on our page. There was a high school men's soccer team that beat a women's professional soccer team.
Oh, yeah. They crushed them. It was like 11-0 or some shit like that. I think it was the U.S., not the U.S. women's.
No, it was a professional women's soccer team in North America.
And they got fucking smoked.
By a boys' high school, young men high school team, varsity team. Now a top team too at that. They weren't slouched.
So I don't want dudes getting naked with their wieners out in my daughter's bathroom. Ain't happening.
Just imagine what a professional men's soccer team would do to a woman's team.
Well, in America, I think the women will win. In America, the men's team's kind of doo-doo, but anyway. All right, but look, you stick to your values, we'll stick to ours. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm fucking right.
And be peaceful when you protest, please.
You're wrong, bitches. And stop calling yourself, stop calling yourself the party of love. Bitch, you don't love nothing but craziness. Stop it. You're lying to yourself.
EBT handout, motherfuckers.
Peace out.
Peace out.